Good morning, Franz. How you doing? Why is my music tab not showing up? Nyang. There it is. Hello. How's everybody doing? It's hot. It's another soup day. It's Friday. Soup day. Yap day. And I started drawing Starcatcher. That one scene that I couldn't draw. Order has been restored. I'm here. Your mic is really low. No, it's not. It has not changed. Nothing has changed about my mic setup over the last few days. You might just have to turn up your volume. But fantasy, in case you missed it, my AC is broken. We're getting it replaced on Monday now. That's the earliest we could have it done. I don't think your ears would have changed that much in a few days, fantasy. Are you, like, maybe stuffed up a bit? Or is your volume lower than normal? I was speaking a little bit more quietly a moment ago, but now I'm speaking my normal volume. I haven't changed any of my settings, so it shouldn't be. Let me turn it up just a little bit for you. But if I turn it up anymore, I'll go into the red line. It's on 100. Bruh. Okay, let me turn up my mic gain a little bit. That's a bit weird. Anyways, back a couple years ago, I tried to draw this picture. It's really bad. Same character. Yes, Boop. You did indeed boop my Snoop. It is the Boop Snoop. I like the Doop Snoop. But it is the Snoop that gets booped. There's a couple people lurking. It's hot. It wasn't so hot like 10 minutes ago, and now it's really hot. I'm serious, like it just suddenly got hot. And it rained yesterday. It was so humid. Ugh. But yeah, I thought we would maybe draw Starcatcher today. I used this image as a basis for the pose. I gotta figure out how to draw his poncho. But yeah, I thought just trying something a little bit different with my usual practice style in terms of form. So copy the form of an image and then modify it. I'd say the one body part our nice necromancer doesn't like. There's none of that in this picture. Can't see it at the moment. But yeah, the old version of this is just pretty bad. I tried drawing something really dynamic, and I just couldn't do it. I was really proud of it at first, and then I started getting more into it, and it was like, ugh. But that's what happens when you learn more things. And it's a multi-layer picture, which is unusual for me. But I think by nature, line art kind of have to sacrifice and put layers in. And I'm going to have to spend the weekend moving stuff around the basement because I've got to clear the way for them to modify the lines for the AC. The lines going into the furnace and stuff. I have been hydrated. Nat, thank you for the hydrate and the med reminder. We're drawing Starcatcher today. Everybody take your meds if you haven't already. Or if you're supposed to. Don't take your meds if you're not supposed to. That would be bad. But if you forgot to take your meds, and you still got many hours before you're supposed to take them again, make sure you take them now. Just don't take them too close together. That's not good either. There comes a point where if you miss it, you're just going to have to deal with it. Hey, Ross. You've been voluntold to do things? Well, I hope those things involve air conditioning, because it's hot. Oh no, I know what voluntold means. Let's just pull this nice guy color from here. Boop. Look at this awful picture. Look at this nice picture. He's technically facing the wrong way. And I can't just flip it because his hairstyle would be wrong. So, not quite accurate to what happens in the story, but close enough. How How would I draw this poncho? So it's got quite a high spot for the hood. You're an artist? Why aren't you making any art? Probably because I'm stressed to fuck. At least today is Friday. Howdy, y'all. How you doing, Cookie? Thanks for coming by all the time. We're drawing a character from my book named Starcatcher. This is the picture I drew in 2023. We're doing this one now. Ah, yes, 2023. It was a year, indeed. Just like 1901. That was a year, too. I'm just trying to figure out the logistics behind this, this poncho thing. Puma streaking. Remember to shield your eyes. Or enjoy the show. One of the years of all time. Yep. Puma's tag, getting ready for work, finding a case of the don't want us. Oh. Is there at least air conditioning in your van? You got your AC fixed, though. We just had to dump 8K into a new one. So that's going to be a lovely build this month. AC works in the van and my apartment currently. But sometimes not in the homes I'm working in. Yeah, I found out that the flooding in our city from Canada Day was not in fact the West End, but more like downtown central, like West Downtown. And it's like 3,000 homes were flooded. So many people have to like gut their basements, and furnaces and ACs all have to be replaced. And so yeah. The guy said that they were going to be doing like $1.5 million in installations in the next month. Eileen is streaking 110 stream streak. Thank you for sharing your time with us here each and every single day, Eileen. And Puma. I don't think I said that, but thank you for sharing your time with us here. It's, I know it's hard for us to get streaks because our times don't match up very well because I'm a morning streamer for whatever reason on weekdays. But I seem to have a nice little community here that really likes that time, this time slot, so I'm quite happy to keep doing this. Time is a limited resource. Some of us have more of it than others, and you choose to share it here. And I'm glad that I can have a community that people like coming to. I haven't received any complaints from anyone about anyone else in the community, which is fantastic. Apparently there is a VTuber that is a predator, though. I did post an announcement in Hall of Justice for that. And in news, I think. The information seems pretty credible. I haven't actively banned them yet, but if they show up, if anybody says anything suspicious, let me know right away. Because we want to keep our community safe. I don't think any of you are minors, so it's not so much of a problem. But I would like to keep problematic people out of the community before they get in. You know? But there's nothing stopping this person from switching to another username and disappearing into the void and starting over again. Somehow it's the predators that always seem to become the most popular people, and I don't know what it is. What is wrong with our society? Maybe it's probably confirmation bias. It's probably the main part of it. It's like we feel like they always somehow float to the top. I mean, they do say shit floats, so... Maybe this is why all the nuisance streamers are so well known, too. Like, who wouldn't want to smooch this man? I mean, look at him. He's hot. Trying to get a similar vibe. Take your word for it, he's not my type. Fair enough. He's also like 17 in this pic, so maybe wait a couple of years before you smooch him. Starcatcher is the most smoochable guy in this series, though. Although, I mean, some people could really go for Marcus. I don't know, I think all my characters are pretty smoochable. If you ask Cora, all of my characters are pretty smoochable. Also an excellent point. Yeah, speaking of predators, let's not smooch him while he's 17. He only gets to smooch his boyfriend. And speaking of Cora, yeah. According to Cora, all of my characters are pretty smoochable. Let's bring up the sheet! It'll take a moment to open. It's quite large. I mean, Whitefire is very smoochable. So is Blue Frost. They're adults. Aline is redeemed a plaster check. Everybody on shrimp and spines. Hold on. We've got to get the shrimps. Where's my shrimp? My most used emote, apparently. Everybody on shrimp and spines. Give yourself a little wave back and forth like seaweed in the ocean currents. Just stretch from side to side. A little wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh. And Cora, thank you for the hydrate. No, you said they were dateable. You would date them. Cora. Was it you? I thought it was you. I shall instead become a twistier pretzel. Puma has become Edel. Extra wiggly. Was it you, Cora, that said you would date them? Or was that someone else? Puma is Loaf. That's the cutest little dragon emote. We need more of those. Hold on. I said that it would take them out on a date. Well, you don't nice smooch on a date. Look at those Dwagon loafs. You're so cute. You're so cute! But yeah, I don't think Cookie's seen this page yet. Pale Bloom needs some work. Northern Lights definitely needs some work. Everybody else's, their designs are pretty spot on. I like Lemon Sunrise and Citrus Sunset. They're just so cute. No smooches. Cora doesn't like smooches. See in passing, this is the first good look. Yeah, these two are siblings. She's 16 at the start of the book. Dragons run on cat software? They do. Smooches are one of the best things in life. I suppose smooches are, but making out, no. Ugh. Mouths. It's like that chipmunk from Natural Habitat Shores. Mouth. Yeah, Pale Bloom needs a little bit of work. Northern Lights, I can't seem to figure him out. Nebulous Sky was his old name. Nightlight also needs a lot of work. I don't really like his outfit. Smooches are for my actual partners. Fair enough. Dating is not a partner thing? That picture of Highwire, though, like, what? And then I didn't finish the human ones very much. I should probably figure out the school uniform, too. It's a pass under Rule 14.7b. What? There's a reference I'm not aware of. I forget why I have those arrows there. Oh. Changes that I was gonna make. Leon needs a little bit of work. The witchy bitch. Yep, Highwire. The very too young version of Whitefire. Only fair since I made it up in just this instant. Fair enough, fair enough. Like half of Whitefire's clothes are turned off. Because I was probably going to redesign them. Yeah. I was going to redesign his clothes, so he's not finished either. As a matter of fact, the only ones on here that are even remotely finished are Starcatcher, Blue Frost, Highwire, Valkyrie, and these guys at the end. Where is that picture of Highwire? The growth over time, man. It still baffles me. Yeah, how did you miss? It was right here. You know, this design of Nightlight is so much better than whatever I've got going on over here. This is an old version, too. I just shoved them in there for the lineup. This looks very, like, 1990s anime. I don't know how I achieved that look, but I did. And those sketches largely started out like this. This is my problem, is I can't keep consistency as an artist. Except for the, like, high detail paintings. And, like, the piece I did for Necromancer, the first one I ever did, was based off of this one of Highwire. And then I expanded on it many years later, after I did the one for Necromancer. So I feel like I need to go back and do the one I did for Necromancer. Maybe redo that one. That should be in, like, 2025? No. It was 2024 that I did the one for Necromancer, the first one. Let's turn off that. So this one was 2021. It's actually my signature on it for once. And then this one was 2025. And then this one's 2026. And, like, you can see where I've become more comfortable with light and shadow. Like, if I were to go in and then just do some fixes on this one, which I don't have the file. Let's make a duplicate. If I were to do fixes on this one, it's going to be a lot of airbrushing. It would definitely make things a lot darker up here. This is just a really quick faffing about in here. Ooh. My Clip Studio's not happy with the files that I have open. Hmm. Probably make the eyes a little bit bigger too. You see this orange light over here. on her fingertips. That's because there's supposed to be a lot of firelight. And I kind of skimped out on it because I didn't know what she was wearing. I'll make the fire glow a little bit less. And on this side, there's supposed to be a stronger blue light. Right on the edge here. So we're electrical sparks. Oops, that's not right. She's definitely should be casting shadow with her hand too. So with all how bright it is right here, that should not be. This blue light should be here. Just little tiny changes make such a huge difference. I've gotten a lot better at that nose mouth region too. She's changed as a character so many times over the years. And just a little change makes so much of a difference. Like, it's just very rough, but... Oh, that's what her face looks like. Anyways, enough of that. I feel like I need to redo Necromancer's Commission. Like, even since I've drawn all of these, I've already improved a lot. My process has changed too. I like Sonia and her lime green crocs, so I don't know how to draw crocs, so they're just blobs. Leon dresses like he came out of the 90s, and that's it. He came out of the 90s. So wearing the t-shirt over the long sleeve. We're all over the place today. I can't concentrate on anything to save my life. He's supposed to be holding his glasses in his hand. Ah, that's better. It's like, why does this look so weird? Because he had an hourglass girly waist. And Eric needs his boots. The laziest boots ever. Wow, proportions are actually getting better. There. I think that's all I'll do on this. I really need to finish all of these. Why do I do so many different things? What was I just... The thing I had just had open. Couldn't have drawn it earlier this year. No. It was a 2023 one. Looking in the wrong folder. My brain is stupid. Yeah, I don't... I was gonna use it as like a lighting reference, but I don't think I should. Let's see if I can do something fun here. I might be able to make that work nicely. So use sprinkles for my fireworks. Kind of like that. Apparently can't make it any smaller than this. Wait, I can't. There's a very thin margin where the particle size is too big or too small. Conclave Star. Come rest of day. Good morning. We're drawing Starcatcher because I felt like it. How are you on this fine day? Agree. Oops. We're trying to figure out how the poncho works. I suspect that there's a dart back here. You just gotta kind of play with the fabric until it does the thing that you want it to do. Well, that already looks better. Tired, very tired. I know that's like, I went to sleep at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. This shouldn't be like this. Because of the way these shoulders are shaped. The way the fabric is designed to sit on his body. These seams. I think this one's turning out pretty good. The sparkles have to go back in. Oops. Hello? Purple, blue. Conkus redeemed a posture check. Everybody on something spines. Hold on. There you go. Give yourself a little wave back for that one and flying. Seaweed in the ocean currents. Sorry, my body needed an hour's sleep. That's fine. My cats have taken to yelling at me while I shower. Very upsetting. They're like, why are you voluntarily getting wet? Why? Why? Kuma Conrad. He's a very handsome boy. Let's see, we'll turn this off for a second. And we'll start grabbing other colors. Oh, put that all in the same layer. Fuck. That's what I wanted. Really should just look up some nebulas and do it right, but I'm lazy. Whoa. Nap is redeemed to hydrate and another posture check. God, you guys really want the shrimps today. What is this, Shrimp Fest? All you can eat shrimp. There you go. Everybody on shrimp and spines. Give yourself a little wave back and forth. The other one pings off into the distance. Stretch out your sides. Get those lats. They need to be stretched too. Don't neglect them. People trying to make me work up a sweat. At least it's not so hot today. It's just humid. I'll change up and down to the library. Friend of mine wants to meet up. Okay, Fantasy. Thanks for coming by again. Did you lose your streak, by the way? I know you weren't here for a few days. But generally, if you watch the VOD or part of the VOD or like 15 minutes or something, it's fine with that. Hope you didn't lose your streak. I know you don't like losing your streak. Let's do a weather check today. What are we looking at? 22 feels like 25. With 73% humidity, you would think it's not going to be that hot. 27 feels like 31 today. No, I didn't keep my 46 streak. That's a shame. Let's see if we can... this, and I'm going to take airbrush, lock this layer. I love witch uniforms. They can just be so cool. What layer is... These layer 2? Yeah. Mini character sheet. I need to figure out where the other half of this gatelet's going. Not sure how this physically works. I'll figure it out. That was a noisy vehicle. The whole premise with his cloak thing is it looks like it has a shifting nebula inside. Being able to portray that is very difficult. Cardinals just go nuts outside. Should I make a forum on the Discord for people who want to create Witch Hunter Society characters? I mean, most of you have a pretty good idea how it works now. I can always explain the magic system a little bit more. Slayer? Yeah. Starcatcher is really hard to draw. Because he's got lots of glowy bits. Like, those little white stripes are, super reflective material. So, like, any light that it catches, it just comes back as, like, just a flash of white. Whereas everything else he's wearing is really matte. So it hardly reflects any light at all. And then his hair just basically absorbs light. And it's really hard to draw a character with hair that's almost perfectly like Vanta black, Muso black. Because it doesn't have any shape. He's got his little junior officer tags on his shoulders. But he looks like he could be a bit older in this picture. He looks too skinny at the bottom now. It's kind of weird. Because I know that the proportions are correct. At least as correct as I can get them. I suppose I could widen him up a little bit right here. Just at his waistline. That is the wrong mode. The thing is, he's like pretty skinny as a teenager, and then he sort of fills out a little bit more as he enters adulthood. You know, like a real human. Let's see if that makes any difference. Okay, yeah, that made just a smidge, but like it fixed some of the problem. It's amazing how like a couple of millimeters of change will change an image. It, you know, I figured that out when I was really young. That a couple of millimeters of change in a line can really change a whole piece, but it still baffles me to this day. Like I figured that out when I was like 12 or 13. And even today it's still like I make a minor tweak to the shape of like an elbow or something and it changes the whole thing. You're like, "Oh, that's what was wrong." I do like Starcatcher's design though. Oh, it's so hot. I'm dying. Ugh. Ugh. I got half the new pants patterned yesterday, and then I got distracted because Helga came by, the one I did the book covers for like a couple years ago, and I reminded him accidentally that he had gotten in contact with me to do another book cover for him. And I'm like, by the way, have you seen my new paintings recently? He's like, no, I haven't seen the one since you painted Tessa for me. And I'm like, oh, well, you need to come and see what I'm doing now. So I think I gave him some ideas of what he could ask me for. So we might, in the next couple of months, start working on a book cover for one of Helga's works again. I'll see whether he wants me to do that online or offline. He apparently keeps sending the Ottawa romance writers to me for work because he keeps offering my contact information and they keep taking. They're like, "Well, we'll check it out," and then they never contact me. He's like, "Oh, there's like a whole bunch of people who said they'd contact you," and I'm like, "That would be great if they actually did." Well, all this potential for work and no one's contacting me. It's like if you need me to paint hot-bodied torsos for your romance novels, I am more than happy to do that. I'll find some reference images and I will paint them. It's kind of like why, sort of the reason why I decided to do this. I had already decided to do this piece before then, but I'm like, now I really need to ramp it up because if people are going to want me to draw other pictures from references that aren't photo replications, I'm going to need to be able to expand on those photo replications and draw things that are different, you know? So there's that. I just happened to go in a more anime direction with this one because Witch Hunter Society always was. But I like this sort of trying to approach the almost 90s anime look that I had from those other Kanryu style studies. I have hiccups. Yeah. These ones. I need to get to that. This style that I somehow achieved with Nightlight. I need to get that here. And I think the nose is still too realistic and the eyes are still too small. So So I'm still going too much realism here. In the face. He really does. He looks like he's 15 here. He also looks like a girl. But people see the long hair on my male characters and they're like, oh, that's a girl. At least just getting a little bit better, you can tell a little bit of the difference. Whitefire's just being a general badass here. It's also the background is the rough mermaid picture. If I go back here. Oh, fuck. And I turn off the background. What is this? What was that out of this folder? It's the mermaid picture. Look at it. Slash Zoolander. Nani? Talking about the blue steel, like... Is that what it's called? It's called the blue steel? His look. Well, I'm trying to achieve that 90s looking anime style by working with references of real people so that my anatomy gets better. How you doing today, Kavach? Helga was here yesterday. Visiting. It was good to see him again. It's been a long time. Weird. You're doing weird? I could see 90s anime for sure. Almost definitely this one. I'm not sure how I achieved that, but I really did, didn't I? No, Helga being here? Yeah, it is weird. No, there's a merman moment in Zoolander. I don't remember. I don't remember that much of Zoolander. Well, also, yes, I'm doing weird as per normal. Excellent. That's the best. It's the best state of being to be in. I am in soup. I don't know if Cheese told you, but our air conditioning's broken. We had the guy come in yesterday and sell us an air conditioning unit. He was a cool dude. He was fun to talk to. Apparently the flooding was much worse than we thought in the, like, west downtown core area. It's like just west of downtown, I think. Greensboro and all that. Yeah, no, apparently it was really bad. They're doing like 1.5 million in sales. And they're like swamped until August. They're doing like I think the guy said that they had 16 teams on Friday that were available. Like next Friday. And those slots were probably going to be filled by the end of today. Because they can't get, it's just so busy. because they have to replace these whole systems in these people's houses. I wonder if there's going to be a lawsuit against the city at some point by all these houses for the lack of capacity in the drainage systems. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked into it. Because some people, they lost pretty much everything. I haven't actually seen any footage from the flooding yet, because my news feed is all international stuff. But yeah, we were just drawing Starcatcher today. Our AC broke at the worst possible time. But at least it gives me a couple of days to shift stuff around in the basement to make space for them to get at the lines that go outside. But I think due to the heat, I am going to look into raiding somebody now so that I can get working on stuff before it's too late. Before it gets too hot for me to do anything. And it's going to be CNOT. So, my Franz, once again, it's a short stream, just a half stream. Next Tuesday should be a regular length stream because the AC will have been fixed, hopefully. But yes, I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you all for coming by. I'm gonna go work in the basement where it's cooler, so that I don't die. So, we're off sailing to other waters. May you wash ashore on distant lands and find new adventures. We're off to see CNOT Bush, an amazing sculptor. Make sure you follow him if you're new here. I don't think you're new here. I don't think there's anyone new.